And so Zoko,
Go get them all. Try all of them.
oh, oblation is spelled wrong.
Oblation. You know
That's
what?
okay. You know what?
We'll overlook it. It's fine.
We're okay.
It's one of the quirks and features of this match. Just one of the quirks and one of the features. It's fine. Everything's
we're
fine
also
here.
on frickin' Clubhouse.
It is Clubhouse, but you know what? It wouldn't be a day of casting competitive Siege if we didn't have the T3 Triad of Sin. We've already got 2/3 of it. Now we just got to have a cafe match and we're all good. Now, if we want to get technical here, we can count it as we've had it since on the Nerd Street Gamers stream. Which, by the way, go check them out. They're currently streaming. I believe it's B3 versus Idiots is the current match going on right now. They have cafe going on right now, so technically we have completed the T3 Triad of Sin.
Yeah. Well, Maverick Thatcher are going to be both banned out. Those are pretty standard, but now you have really no way to deny the wall denial on the defense. You have no EMPs you can just chuck. You have no breaching torch to just go around it and ignore it. But that'll be why the Kaid is banned. Because when there's a Kaid on the board, it's real hard to get through those walls without either of those operators. Bandit is much, much easier to deal with. Of course, Mira is a default ban pretty much everywhere. Oblation are going to be the ones starting off on the defense. They will go to Church downstairs first, playing a pretty... a lineup you can roam with. A lineup I doubt they'll roam with. They're probably more playing for C4s from below. Whereas you can see, if you do not recognize the lineup on insert name, we have Max from Aerial Arise, Gomez from the Old Brazilians from the Favelas roster, Call Out, who is currently on the Challenger roster of 8th, Abanai, who is on the Favelas, and Noski, who has been trying for oh so long to get CL. Unfortunately, hasn't been successful yet, but we'll see if he is this time around.
I mean, hey, there's no one better to try it with than the godly Abanai Pug stack.
Indeed. They're fearsome, to say the least. Max was carrying me in ranked last night. So.
Yeah, but Oblation here they're definitely going to be the big team to contend with. They've been around for a very long time, and not this team specifically. I can't remember exactly how long they've been around, but each of these players have been around respectively for a few years.
On insert name.
Both teams. Both teams. It's still a very good lineup from both of these. I mean, Guy on a Bear, In Rio, Giddy, Benji Mula. I mean, all of them. I've seen them all across the board for a very long time.
Yeah, Oblation though are newer than insert name to PC. Oblation have only been on PC for like a year or so. I believe they're all console switchovers, whereas insert name I'm pretty sure have all been on PC. Well, Manoski is already going to be doing the sledge thing, which is going over towards kitchen, over towards the hallway, smashing the floor, seeing if you can get any early sightlines down into the site and get some picks on anchors. You can also chuck those nades down below. Clear any utility, clear any players as well, though that nade will not find anything just yet. I believe there was a C4 going up, from Giddy. Will not find its mark, so they've still got 2 left though, and Giddy actually has a black eye in his pocket. He'll throw it out wherever, but already we've got thermites going down on the Moto hatch. We've got Ace trying to open the church wall. There's a mute jammer that they'll try to have to deal with, and without a Maverick or a Thatcher, that might actually prove to be a challenge.
Yeah, no, I think it really will be. I mean, the only option they really have is to try and make it work with the sledge there. And as I said, the Gomez from above is going to go ahead and take down Guy on a Bear. And that is your Malusi down and out. But all of her utility already used up. It's going to be not that much more of just a gun lost at this point.
That is true. You know, her Banshees are out. She did have a C4, so you'll lose that, but, you know, at this point, it's kind of whatever. Abanai is going to come in. He's going to get 2 entry picks into the site. Down go both Giddy as well as Vivid. Benchimula with a nice trade, but in from Moto is the crossfire from the ace, but he's going to be fragged out by Inrio, and there's Gomez for the finisher. Insert name, though a very close round number 1, that initial entry into sight was allowed to just snowball into the round.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not a good start for Oblation. If they really want to keep things going in the right direction, they need to really need to pull themselves up. And I think really a good decision from them. They're not going to head back downstairs. They're just going to go ahead and move off and say, hey, you know what? That didn't work. Let's go ahead and go somewhere else, see if we can make it work. They're going to head to CCTV Cache now. And I can already tell it was a very quick switch. I wonder if there's going to be a 6-pick here off of the Malusi onto a Bandit potentially. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, are they just going to go with no wall denial whatsoever?
Yeah.
I was...
Zoph.
Yeah.
Brilliant play from Noski.
Yeah, so Guy on a Bear is probably going to be the most important player here. He's going to be dealing with the wall denial, and I think Benji is also going to be a very important player sitting on those garage rafters. Either going to be him or Giddy sitting up there, and if I had to bet, I would say Benji is going to be the one sitting up there in rafters.
They also do not have the rotate in towards rafters. So that's kind of saying, you know, if they end up taking this and taking this position, and they're going to have a slightly harder time actually getting into the site because that wall won't be open to free up the default plant spot. That's kind of what that is. It's just a little bit of a fail-safe if you lose rafters, which most teams end up doing. Most teams will end up losing rafters at some point. It's just how early the attack can take it and how many losses they suffer while doing so. So I believe who's coming? Yeah, it's going to be Benchimula in there. So if he dies, you know, he won't be able to get out, but the attackers won't be able to use that to their advantage.
Yeah, so far Gomez looking to try and take care of the roaming presence here. I believe that is Inrio there. Yep, he's going to go ahead and shut down Gomez, but not before taking quite a bit of damage himself. Go ahead, taking out the entry there is going to be a big pick, but he's going to be droned out, and I think very shortly we might have a couple players converging him, but there's Noski just going to go ahead and get almost taken out there, but go ahead and down Inrio, and he's going to have to either have someone come and pick him up, which it looks like it's going to be Giddy there, and he's actually going to be in a better position than Noski is.
Yeah, a lot of damage being taken by Noski on that window. He definitely played that a little bit better, but he at least got the down on Inrio, so it's damage traded, but still no kill to make up for the early loss of Gomez. Inrio still, he's going to be playing even more aggressively on this window. He's fishing for these kills and trying to delay for as long as possible. In comes call out, ill-advised, as Inrio can spot the head above the railing. Another kill was found on the other side of the map as Noski has been finished off. Avanai with the first trade for his team on the Vivid, but it's a 4 versus 2 in the favor of Oblation. There's a minute 30 left in the round, so sure, insert name do have a lot of time to work with. Max and Avanai certainly have a lot of work ahead of them. It's a bit of a challenge.
Ooh, nasty little shot from Avanai there from the top of the window, looking down blue stairs there to go ahead and shut down Inrio finally. And now it is a 3v2 man advantage, still very much in favor of Oblation here. And I think this is the start that they were looking for, and they're in a much better position than they were last round, and with the diffuser not in their control, however, they're in a much better position than they were last time. They have to have Max come in, and oh no, Giddy, what are you doing?
Wow.
You know, I don't think they knew the diffuser was right there. There's no way they could have known that was there, because Giddy just absolutely threw his life away right there.
Yeah, I think maybe when Inrio killed that guy vaulting over, he didn't actually see the diffuser drop, which is perfectly understandable. Another thing that happened as well during that round, Avanai got the kill on the Vivid, moving in from towards stock. Vivid was trying to go down red stairs and put some pressure on below, and Avanai caught him off guard, and that kill was actually, it was Max repelled upside down on the window. Avanai actually killed Inrio from the blue hatch. So that was great positioning from him in tandem with his teammate, and now what started as a 4 versus 2 for Oblation is now a 1 versus 2, as it's just Guy and a Bear, though the time is low. C4 comes out, could find both kills, but he doesn't let it go, as he's worried about the pressure, and Avanai finds the kill, pushing through the cache doorway, catching Guy and a Bear with the C4 in hand. A beautiful recovery from him and Max as they're able to save the 2v4 and keep themselves in the lead.
They absolutely turned that around. That looked like that was a round going in Oblation's favor, and Insert Name have completely turned this around onto Oblation here. They've really got to step up.
That I think Oblation got a little bit too ahead of themselves in that round. You know, Inrio, Giddy, Vivid, all three of them playing extremely aggressively downstairs. Inrio got an opening pick, 2 more followed, but Vivid on bottom red for whatever reason got fragged out by Abenai.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know the stock hatch was open, so when Inrio tries to fall back, he's easily collapsed upon. And Giddy, coming up from secret stairs, didn't know Diffuser was down and didn't know Max was just going to be sitting there at the window. So I think if he had known Diffuser was down, he would have probably played that a lot more cautiously and maybe looked at the window before peeking around, just to make sure that there was no one trying to, trying to grab the Diffuser and find an opening to facilitate that. But otherwise, that was not great from Oblation. Abenai and Max, excellent 2v4 clutch in that round. We're still up 2-0. Oblation have not taken a defense so far on Clubhouse. They'll try cash again.
Mm-hmm. I think they feel like there were just a couple of slip-ups there that really just kind of snowballed to their defeat rather than a whole flaw in their strategy. So they decided that going back is actually worth it this time rather than, hey, just move on to a different site. And really, this is a site they need to get a win on so that they can come back here and potentially get another win and at least pull out a split half at the very best.
Of course, Guy and a Bear still going to be trying for that bandit trick. Very easy to deal with typically if you're insert name. Either just have someone go below, frag out the bandit batteries, or get that below pressure on the bandit himself so he can't trick the wall. You can burn all the ADSs and get him with a frag grenade or a towel bolt. But downstairs is going to be Gomez to try and use that explosive pressure. Inrio holding a bullet hole angle will be able to put Gomez low, which the floor holes from above, from Vivid, to finally finish him off. As well as the bandits. They were successful. Call out, trying to breach the wall, as I believe only one bandit battery was dispatched of. And now that you don't have that Ash and you no longer have that downstairs presence, Guy and a Bear is free to trick the wall. Now you're -1 thermite charge.
Yeah, and losing that Ash down below is probably the biggest thing. He actually miscalculated the placement of that breach charge as well. So really, their only hope now is a garage construction push, which it looks like Max is getting ready to execute right here with control of Diffuser and 2 other operators backing him up with Noski and Abenai both on the Capitao and Zofia. Abenai looking to be the main force entering here. He has both of his bolts still in his back pocket, which could be very useful. Vivid going to go ahead and throw out a smoke and catch Abenai out almost instantly.
Yeah, a couple of those players inside of construction are going to take a little bit of damage. He'll try and box Abenai in a corner inside of construction, but Abenai is luckily able to get out of the single panel, because now the ace charges will go off on construction. No more denial for that bandit. They'll have at least one avenue into the site. No pinch just yet, but it's better than nothing. And there's a kill for Callout. Giddy goes down, and now we're back to even 4-on-4. You lose a C4 as well, though Callout and Abenai have certainly paid the price. Abenai, though, despite the low HP, will get the headshot on a Guy and a Bear, turning the man count in his favor. A smoke grenade comes out that forces Abenai inside the site, and Benjamin will capitalize. Back to 3v3. Again, Callout, very low, susceptible just one shot. It's going to be Max, though, carrying the diffuser. Not the typical thermite, but as Callout tries to move into the construction breach, he'll be tagged down by Vivid. It's just Max and Noski now. Max inside the site. Noski coming in to help from the breach. He sees one player rotating in towards red, but he's going to finally get picked off by Vivid. Or no, he and Noski will actually trade, and Max, he's just got to go for something. He's got to make a play. Desperately sprints to garage, but Benji Mulo already has his gun up. Oblation finally take their first round.
This is what they needed to do as well. I mean, they needed to start turning things around. Now, I'm guessing they're probably going to hit a gym bedroom here to continue this momentum and get another round win under their belt. They're actually going to head back to Church Arsenal. It's an interesting choice, I would say, because Clubhouse, we've seen pretty consistently. Normally, when you see a map, you see 3 sites. You have the first, you have a primary and a secondary that, in most cases, can be pretty interchangeable with which one's played first. They're both they both tend to be pretty strong in terms of defense. And then you have a third site that's maybe not as strong, but still better than the fourth site on the map. Clubhouse is a little bit different. I feel like most of them are still all pretty fairly balanced. And there's no real lean one way or the other, as you see on some other maps. And seeing them head back down to a site that they've lost, I feel like it may be a misplay, but it also might be confidence from, hey, we lost cash the first time we went down there. Maybe we should need to go down there, go down to Church Arsenal again and make some changes, and that'll be what wins us the round. I think I can understand the mentality there, but also repeat sites can potentially harm a team if played incorrectly.
Yeah, well, if Oblation have not adjusted their defense properly, this repeat could definitely hurt. Insert Name had previously taken control of Kitchen, used their soft destruction, opened up all over Armory, opened Moto Hatch, as well as put pressure inside of Blue. It seemed like they were just coming from every single direction. They were able to easily pinch and just suffocate the site. Now, one difference that I did notice is, of course, now Call Out is playing Hibana. Hibana is not an operator seen left up on Clubhouse often at all. It's because she can pretty much completely avoid the impact trick, which is powerful, to say the least, on those basement defenses. We've also got Noski instead of on Sledge, now on Zofia, because the reason why you bring that Sledge/Buck is to deny the impact trick. Now that you have the Hibana, you can just waste away those impact tricks. That frees up another pick, and Noski will opt to take the entry with the burn and the clear.
Yeah, so the biggest thing, they're already putting pressure on Benji Mula down here in Blue, and that's going to be absolutely huge. And getting him out of Blue here and getting that pressure is going to be absolutely massive for Insert Name if they can pull this off. Max already putting pressure on main stairs as well. This is a site that Insert Name look the most comfortable attacking that I've seen in a long time.
I'm surprised no engagement has happened so far. Usually these rounds have been decently aggressive. There have been some really early opening picks, but everyone's playing back, everyone's playing safe. Even Insert Name is not getting too ahead of themselves with their entry in. Tapped out Firebolt will go down in Blue, covering behind Generator is Noski and Gomez. The duo entry of the Ash and the Zofia start to push down. You'll see the Goyo for just a second as Call gets the kill on Guy and a Bear, but there's two refrags for Oblation. Giddy and Benji Mula, one for Giddy, two for Benji now, and another one for Giddy. 2 kills for 2 players each. Max with the first refrag, but on top of the table is Inrio. And the 2 players of Oblation completely holding back that push single-handedly with Inrio to pick up the very last frag. Benji Mula and Giddy, excellent stuff from them. They'll give Oblation's second round, and we're tied up 2-2.
You know what? I think I'm kind of reading into that play a little bit more now, and I feel like they set the Jaeger up in Blue to kind of draw Insert Name in. I mean, because you saw the I forgot the operator name already. The Vector, the Fire Shields.
Goyo?
Goyo. I completely forgot the operator's name. It just went right out of my head. I mean, they had the Goyo set up perfectly just to look down into Oil Pit and down Blue Hallway. I mean, they were really, really trying to draw them in there. Yeah, no, my brain just completely just shut down there, and I just forgot the word Goyo.
Wow.
Look, it's one of those days.
Vector, right? Fire Shield. Who is he? Yeah, that was beautiful play by Giddy, using that Goyo. And Benji, of course, supporting from inside of Blue or inside of Church on the Jaeger. Now, though, Oblation are 1 for 1 on Church and Cash. Now we go to Jim. This could be the either the deal breaker or what makes Oblation's defensive split. It's the offsite tertiary set of Jim. Of course, they are going to be holding inside of Cash. In fact, full reinforcing garage. Not something we often see on a cache hole, just making them, if insert name opts to, making them waste a little bit of that hard breach as they try and move in and clear. Already, the Ashe going to be using her destruction on the main wall. So they opt to reinforce garage, they don't reinforce server, and they have the rotate into red. They do have a shield to play behind, but where they're opting to put their reinforcements is definitely interesting.
It is definitely an interesting play. I think probably the person I'm going to be looking at most is going to be Gideon Bijumula sitting over inside of Cash, as I feel like they are going to be the main obstacle here if they want to make any sort of motion come from CCTV or anything like that. Call out sitting out there on the balcony is looking probably to make most of that pressure come in, but I'm surprised there's no one there to support him and that all the rest of the pressure is going to be coming solely from Jacuzzi Wall. As Max is able to just go ahead and get in, taking shots of the Maestro Cam, and now as they've made their entry in, Smoke Day going to go ahead and come up, try and burn out the Jaeger, but it's not going to be enough as Inrio is going to go ahead and swing on and take down Max, and that is your ace, and that is a lot of hard breach gone already. Noski going to go ahead and take out Inrio in return, but that is Diffuser down inside, and you've got to make entry in to take that out. But I don't think the information was really communicated to the rest of Oblation, as they didn't make really any moves to try and prevent the Diffuser from being picked back up, as Abinai and Gomez look to make the pressure in from Jacuzzi Wall and into Jim.
I don't think Inrio knew, because Inrio and Noski actually traded. That's why the Diffuser went down. That was a perfect headshot trade. Finally, it'll be recovered by Gomez as he makes his way through Jacuzzi Wall. You still got Abinai on the master balcony. Where is Callout? Callout is above logistics right now. Not really doing all too much, though. The rest of his teammates are trying to do their best and push through as Callout will finally rotate. He's going around towards the main breach. As Gomez now on main stairs, he's able to find an easy kill on a Giddy. Is there going to be a refrag? The Maestro inside of bathroom does find his mark. Callout and Abinai now in a 2 versus 3. Prone holes being held by Abinai, but Vivid finds his teammate, and now he's alone. Here comes a swing from Vivid. He finds the prone Capitao after he picks off Guy and a Bear. But Oblation still take the round number 5, and they will, for the first time this map, hold a lead.
Yeah, and pulling off that's a perfect site rotation as well, I might add. They pulled off a perfect site rotation and have put themselves on top, and they're going to head back to CCTV Cache. And what looked like a rocky start early on is turned very quickly back around in the favor of Oblation here. If they can pull out a 4-2 half on their defense, they'll be sitting pretty nicely heading into their attacking half.
Yeah, they can take one more round, and you're probably good. Even at this point, right? With the new meta, 3-3 halves aren't a death sentence anymore going into your attack. Because of the Jaeger nerf, it's a lot harder to hold down important positions like rafters, generator, even like bathroom, like stuff like that. It's a lot harder because the ADSs have been significantly nerfed. So, because those critical choke points are now easier for the attackers to take, sometimes we see 3-3 halves. I would honestly say more often than not, we see a lot of even halves on Clubhouse. And it's starting to even sometimes turn, we see a lot more attacker-favorite Clubhouses than I think we used to. Of course, Oblation, we got one more round on this side. I'm going to try to do it on Cache. It's like where they've been pretty confident on.
Yeah, despite the first time they went there, it seemed a little bit rocky, but the second time they went there, they felt very confident and ended up with a pretty solid win for them. And if they can just make that happen a second time here, then I think things will be looking just fine for them. Because already the ace charge going to come out onto Garage Wall, as it looks like they're going to be focusing pretty heavily on Garage this time, instead of going for the hard breach on the main wall. As they're putting a lot of utility into the Garage Wall here, as it looks like it's going to be Inrio and Benji going to be the two looking to slow down this attack here.
Ooh. Inrio getting some nice shots through the wall. Abenai takes a singular bullet, but Benji now on just a sliver of HP, being pinned down by both the bullets as well as the fire, but it's Inrio to finish off Abenai as Abenai takes out Penchimula with said fire. So Raptors control in the hands of insert name, and all they've really lost is the Capitao, who's, for the most part, done his job.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty decent trade. I would probably take it. Of course, Gomez is also down to about half, but Inrio much worse for wear, the lowest HP member of this lobby right now, other than the dead ones, of course. It's down to just 1 bullet's worth of HP. Of course, Inrio is a demon. He can certainly come away with another kill if he really hits his shot, which we all know he's perfectly capable of.
Absolutely, he is.
For now, he'll play passively. He'll drop down into the basement and try and come up blue and rejoin his team on site.
Yeah, it looks like Guy on a Barrel will just go ahead and let Call out, despite them having solid lounge control. Looks like he may have just unfortunately messed up a little bit of that bandit trick there, and that's going to be the main wall just given away to insert name here, and Max is going to go ahead and have control of Raptors here pretty solidly, and now they have control of CCTV, and it looks like they're going to be able to, if they can get Call out in the site, they're going to have nearly free plant, as that is going to be the last gas grenade coming out from Vivid here with over a minute left in the round.
However, Oblation do have a bastion in the fact that they have 2 C4s left on the board, and 2 low HP players on insert name that they could potentially find, along with the planter of Callout. Of course, that's going to be the player that they really want that C4 to connect with. He's getting ready to sprint through the breach. Vivid tentatively holding the red hall. He's not really peeking it too far. He doesn't want to get too over-aggressive. Of course, gas nades are gone. He has no more, as Max is now in the default plant position, though, of course, he does not have the diffuser. Callout still is kind of edging around over on the breach, but he'll finally make his way in. No shots being hit, but Inrio, a beautiful run out from construction. He used the window to his advantage. Callout is afraid of it. He'll come off the angle. He gets collapsed upon. Gomez with 1 trade, but Inrio yet again, the same run out finds the Ash. It's just Noski and Raptors, but the Raptors control doesn't mean nothing if the rest of your team is dead. Vivid finds the final kill. Oblation wait out that round, and when the push finally comes, they push back even stronger. Oblation.
Why did they let Inrio do that? Why did they let Inrio do that twice? First time, it's like, okay, I can give you that. It's like, you know what? It's a little bit of a screw up. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. The second time, I'm sorry. Why was he allowed to do that? Why was he allowed to do that? Why did he even have the chance to do that a second time? That is not good. I mean, they had that almost perfectly. It was a matter of they had diffuser in the wrong hands. Max was primed and ready to plant for a solid 30 seconds back in default, and Callout was just not able to move in because of Vivid holding down the long angle inside, just next to metal stairs. They should have had someone go downstairs and had someone take care of the angle of window looking into metal stairs and just pinch on him. You have to take care of Vivid in that situation if you want any chance of being able to plant, especially when Max does not have control of the diffuser. And I think that was just a series of misplays at the hands of insert name.
Yeah. I think it was probably one of the line of thinking where, like, Inrio jumps out, gets a kill, and insert name's like, surely he doesn't do it
Surely
again,
he doesn't
right?
do it again.
Like, that's his one-time run out. He'll go back to site. You know, we can cut him off when he tries to come back in. And then he did it again. Because that's what Inrio does. And gave his team the round. Him and Vivid too, perfect timing moving up with that. Because Inrio, right? Inrio gets the kill on one of the covers, and Callout is like, holy shit, there's a guy. Oh, sorry. Holy crap, there's a guy on the window. My apologies. There's a guy in the window. I gotta get off the plant. So he comes off the plant, and Vivid is there waiting for him in the red hall. There you go. Diffuser dropped. Gomez tries to move in next. I mean, he gets a kill on one of the guys in sight, but Inrio on his second run-out attempt finds him, and then Vivid, still pushing, finds the last frag. That was a beautiful tandem play from Inrio and Vivid. And Oblation are, of course, in the lead, though. It's a 4-2 half, 4-2 half on defense. Insert name will be looking to do exactly the same. We'll start out on the basement. Noski and Abenai, as well as Gomez, all on the roam. 3 men roaming right now for the defense. Right now, Oblation, judging by the silhouettes, don't look all too keen on pushing it.
No, they don't. I'm interested to see where this is gonna go, honestly. I'm very interested to see where this is going to go. Inrio already inside a bathroom. Guy Bear looking to go ahead and try and make that push on my Abinai there. I mean, this is... They seem very aware of the roamers here. And I think it's a very good thing. But Max actually going to go ahead and get an early kill into the top fragger of Oblation in Inrio. And that's going to be a big pick, especially taking down the Hibana as well. You've only got one avenue of hard boots left and definitely not as flexible. One is Guy Bear just gets shut down by Abinai there. And it looks like the ace as well. No, that was Giddy. Is going to be moving in, just going to fall into the waiting arms of Gomez and Oblation. Floundering here as it looks like the start of a flawless round for insert name.
Yeah, this roam working wonders. The defense is there's more to find, but Benji Mula will finally take out Gomez and end his hot streak, though there's still one more. It's Abinai, and Abinai finds the kill tucked in the corner of Logi. Vivid is the last one left. He's on ace. He's got the AK-12. He's got a minute to work with, but is it enough to find 4 kills and clutch the round? He's got one drone, but it's already somewhere out on the map. It's not in his pocket. We'll just run around to red, completely avoiding where Abinai was previously playing, despite the Vigil's low-ish HP. Max is 1 bullet's worth of HP from the AK-12 as well. Vivid knows that if he goes through with his hard breach, you know, his position will be broadcast to the rest of the defense. Try and play a little bit sneakily, but those shots will rattle off, and thus now they know he's secret stairs. Abinai still looms from above. Potential threat that Vivid is, of course, always going to have to worry about. The Barcam still active as well. Will spot out Vivid moving in from Wolf. Now Abinai takes the aggressive fight. It's another kill for him. A beautiful roam from him and Gomez for insert names first defense.
Abinai on the roam is scary. I'm not gonna lie. Abinai on the roam is terrifying. Ooh. That is one of the first times I have that he's been able to be in a very aggressive position, because he was playing a lot of like Capitao and just kind of flex-ish roles, not very aggressive roles. The second he gets put on the Vigil, I mean, he is just out here slamming people into the ground, and right there, that is the start that they need to this half. They need to go ahead and start pushing things their way.
That's an interesting swap. So now...
Yeah, that is interesting. The Kali instead of the Capitao, whereas honestly, if we're going that way, if they're going cash, I would have taken the Sledge off for the Kali.
I guess it's because
and kept the Capitao.
They want nades, I guess.
That's understandable.
And what's even more interesting than that is the fact that they're having Inrio play Thermite.
Yeah.
The World Eater himself.
The World Eater himself, Inrio, is on Thermite. Typically not a fragging role. Then again, hey, we might see a Fragmite coming out here.
Maybe. And typically,
knowing Inrio, I would not be surprised.
Typically, he runs in as Ash and kills everyone. We'll see if he can do the same with a Thermite. That's certainly odd. I mean, maybe it's just his role on Clubhouse. Though I swear to God, I've seen him play a lot more Ash on this map as well, as you know, as well as pretty much every single other map. I mean, Hibana isn't too far off. Thermite is like the exact opposite. So that's definitely a little bit curious to me. Maybe I can, ask him later or something. But, taking both the Thermite and the Ace is very indicative of we're going to take server, we're going to then go construction, and we're going to get the site pitch without even needing to get garage, which is probably why they swapped off the Capitao.
Yeah. And to give everyone a very short update on the ongoing games that we've got going on right now, PogChamp has triumphed over Buttadog and have moved on to round 3. And back in our losers bracket as well, Fernie's Tacos have knocked out the CACL team of Windstorm. And so far, that's all we've got updated. And for those of you who were not following along on the Nerd Street Gamer stream, Idiots triumphed over Biggity Boobop and will go on to play Tax Collectors.
Wow. I can't believe Windstorm were our first team eliminated. That's a bit of a shame. But Benji Mula is going to slap down Abenai. The hot hand through the last couple rounds for insert name will be cooled off a little bit as he sits on the sidelines for this round. Of course, he is Valkyrie. His cams have already been sent out. So it's not the biggest loss in the world. It's mainly you're losing at this point. You're more worried about losing Abenai, the player, than losing Valkyrie, the operator. And it's a great first pick for Oblation. They no longer have to worry about a crackhead Valkyrie running around and slamming them and shooting their heads off. They can go forth and just resume their attack as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, looking at the kill spread, comparatively between Oblation and Insert Name, there are more people on Oblation that can frag just a little bit harder than the people on Insert Name. Abenai has really been carrying the torch there. As I said, though, Vivid going to go ahead and shut down Gomez. As I said as well, Guy on the Bear taking out Call Out. It's now a 5v2, all in the favor of Oblation here. All the cards are in their hands, and now it's up to Max and Noski. Go ahead and pull out something incredible, and he'll start it out with a C4 kill.
Wow.
A spray on the Guy on a Bear. Inrio gets one back on a Max, though, and it's all in the hands of Noski. Spray coming in.
Oh, no!
He runs out of bullets, but the pistol comes out, and Benji Mula will fall, but Inrio on the Fragmite is there to finish it off. Oblation take round number 8 after a near miracle run.
That was odd. So
Odd to say the
Noski
least.
gets the C4, slams the guy construction. Benji comes in, pre-fires. Noski shoots at him and runs out of ammo because the MP5 is a pea shooter. And it's time to pull out the pistol. That was odd. But that round as a whole was really good from Oblation. They caught the aggression from Insert Name perfectly. They did their job. They got the walls, both walls open. I can't believe you. Yeah, Abenai got hunted down. They got both of the walls open, and they even got garage control.
Yeah.
That was pretty much everything in that round was coming up Oblation up until that very, very, very last portion where Noski almost got 3 kills, or where Noski got 3 kills and almost clutched out the round. But now it's cash again for Insert Name with Oblation leading by 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, they've retaken their lead after a solid start from Insert Name on the half. I mean, I think Oblation have figured it out. I mean, yeah, you just gotta hunt down Abenai. If he's gonna be roaming, get him over and done with. I mean, he is the terrifying force, and if you can take him down, do it. And they've just figured out what they need to do. And it looks like he's going to be... Oh, Abenai. I don't know if there's going to be anyone coming from this angle, but it doesn't look like there is. If there was, I was going to cry for them there, because that is a horrible way to go.
Yeah, getting spawn peaked always blows. But because there's still no wall denial, Enreal will be able to easily open this wall. And there you go. Main breach. Secured.
Wait a second. I just realized that. Yeah, no, they're not. They just didn't bring any wall denial.
Nope.
Except for mute, which that's not
that
really
is
any solid wall denial.
That is a drone denial mute jammer right there, not for the wall.
Yeah. That's...
So 30 seconds in, main breach secured. Excellent work from Oblation. Very quick. But they again have Abenai and Gomez on the roam over towards Master, and it looks like Oblation will yet again challenge it and try and clear it as best they can.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, I think their main goal is going to be taking out the roamers. The main one going to be Abenai. I mean, we talked about, yeah, they were hunting him down, and that's what they need to do after that first defensive round. Is, hey, he's going to be the one who's going to be aggressive. He's going to be the player to be reckoned with. So yeah, get him off the board as fast as you can. And I think they figured it out very quickly. And it looks like they're actually going to be going for primarily a construction push here, despite having very solid control over the main breach, and I think they could potentially take garage very easily, especially with Max very focused on that main breach there.
They'll be able to finally open up construction, so now they can facilitate the site pinch from the 2 walls. Inrio is all the way over towards Kennels on the catwalk. There's the first kill for Abenai onto Vivid, but Inrio quickly refrags Max all the way from his far afield position. How's the Lamai side of Rafters? But Abenai heating up yet again. Took out Guy on a Bear, and he is just searing through the competition. Giddy, Nero, and Benji, now the last 3 of Oblation to try and pick up the pieces. And there's Benji to finally finish off Abenai. So Diffuser's downstairs? I can't tell if it's downstairs or in construction from the view we currently have. No, okay, it's in construction. I thought it was, dude, I thought it like fell down the hatch and Natsuki was just sitting on top of it from that weird looking perspective. Gomez will go down to Inrio pushing Garage as Inrio just kind of peeks the door and wins that fight. Call out now takes a whole crap ton of damage, and he is very afraid of how many angles he has to cover. He's just 1 HP. Natsuki gets 1 kill. Unfortunately, Zofia not aware of the position. Giddy will get the refrag, which is the 1v1 against Natsuki. No time remaining. Giddy will try and get this plant down. He can hear the vault through, but he's got enough time to complete it. Wallbang not being found by Natsuki, but no, Giddy didn't stick it. He's got no time, but he wins the fight anyway. Peeking red. Oblation take round number 9, and they take map point.
The MP9 play right there was absolutely perfect. The Cali finally seeming to work out for them there, and just... good lord, Oblation then take it to match point, and they're going to head back to Church Arsenal, the only site so far that they have had any success on so far.
Wow, that was a close round.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I can't kill Abu. Yeah, Abenai is doing very, very well for himself right now. Unfortunately, it's not enough to pull the rest of his teams out of the slump. They're currently down 6-3, down 3 rounds. They have to take a perfect 3-site rotation if they want to bring us to OT and keep themselves out of the loser's bracket. But for now, it looks like Oblation are definitely in the driver's seat of this game.
They are.
They are in the dominant position. They're probably going to be dictating the rest of this. Is Inrio and now yet again on Hibana. 13-5. Abenai's 14-7. He's got 1 more kill than Inrio, but Inrio's got less deaths. Not playing as foolhardy, perhaps, as Abenai.
Yeah, no.
Insert name. I'm curious too if they're going to go for this roam again, because that was really what gave Oblation problems.
It really was. I mean, they were not able to deal with just the constant shifting of angles that they had to deal with how fluid they were playing this roam and how much control of the map that they were able to have. So if they're able to replicate that, then I think that Oblation are they're going to struggle once again. And already Abenai's angle has been spotted out. I believe that is it's by Guy on a Bear there is taking some pot shots at it. But yeah, already they're aware of the roam, and I think they're making some good adjustments here. We've already got a couple people up on the roof. They're very quickly trying to go ahead and dispatch of these roamers, or at least force them back down to the site.
Yeah, I think, last time Oblation's drone work was not great. It's pretty subpar. They were just kind of walking into stuff that they didn't know existed. Hopefully they're a little bit more confident in their drone work. Hopefully they were able to find this intel and not just walk blind into rooms, as Abenai will finally get spotted out in the gym rotate. Jacuzzi wall has been opened as well. Oblation now starting to clear through. Vivid gets the first kill on Inoski, though Gomez is there for a refrag. Gomez takes some damage from Benji Mula, as Abenai is still running around as he pleases. Giddy is the next to fall. Max finds that kill. This roam again being a headache for Oblation. They cannot crack it and come away with this advantage. Not only are they down in the man count, but the time is continuing to bleed away. Guy Bear finally a great shot onto Abenai on 3v3, but Gomez still persists upstairs.
Yeah, but it looks like he may just be walking right into the sights of Guy on a Bear, as he looks to be expecting the repeat from someone there, but it looks like he's going to very quickly fall off. They do not have control of the diffuser here. They really need to get control back of the diffuser here. With 1:15 left, there's still a lot of site setup they have to do, and this is the big advantage of roaming, especially on this site, because you can draw them out and draw them away from the site for as long as you possibly can and leave them with as little time as possible to truly attack the site. I mean, Insert and AIM have that down perfectly. I mean, it's the basis for the SSG strat is causing them to, hey, draw your attention away from the site, slow down as much as you possibly can, and Insert and AIM have just kind of put their own spin on it there.
Yeah, they're certainly not as like pug stacky as I thought they would be. They seem to
Yeah,
actually
no.
have some competent strategies and very well structured. Most of this, I mean, of course, they are playing, you know, super aggro as you expect pug stack to, but they're not monkeys. Basically, they're not complete monkeys. So, Kitchen Hatch will be attempted by Inrio. No impact shot coming up from Max. Actually kind of baiting that out. So he can go for it with no fear, and Inrio will even get the kill. Gomez with a refrag on Guy and a Bear, but he'll be traded out by Inrio. It's all up to call out to save the map. Clutch Minister himself from Challenger League. Can he make it happen? No, he does not see Benji Mula. The map goes the way of Oblation. It's a dominant 7-3 scoreline, and they will send insert name down to the loser's bracket.
Yeah, unfortunately there. That They will head down to loser bracket there, and I'll actually go ahead and take a look at it here to see where they will be heading and who they will be going up against. They will actually be going up against Venom Nation, who lost early on to Buttadog.